Golden Horn, ladies and gentlemen, in all his magnificent dappled glory, the 2015 Horse of the Year.
I mean, he was a very special horse. I mean, we didn't quite realise at the beginning, and I had him in the sales, and he didn't reach his reserve. But as soon as he didn't reach his reserve, Haggis and Gosden arrived within 30 seconds at my apartment and said, "Can I train him?" So he obviously was looking very good. I hadn't appreciated how good he was looking. And then when he was running, when he went into Gosden, he ran once, and he ran extremely well in one race, the only race. Got a very high rating from Timeform. And what was interesting was the rating was substantially higher than the second horse, which was about 3/4 of a length behind him. I mean, like 14 points higher. And you had to say to yourself, well, how can that be when they're so close? And they said his finishing pace was unbelievable.
Here comes Golden Horn with a wide sweep, who's thundering home for William Buick. Oh, look at this go. Golden Horn has taken over, entering the final half furlong. Trying to fight back is Storm the Stars. Golden Horn, though, by ahead to Storm the Stars. Golden Horn from last to first. Golden Horn and Storm the Stars. It got fairly close.
Well, then we had a bit of luck. It depends how you look upon it. But Gosden was training him for the Guineas. And the Tory joined up the stable at that time. The Tory was riding our horse, and he said, "Look, this horse is immature. You could win the Guineas, but if you win the Guineas, you may lose the horse because it'd be too much for him." So he said, "I strongly advise you not to run the Guineas and run in the mile and quarter race which, at Newmarket." And so Gosden took his advice and asked me, and we all agreed. And then he won that race, and then we went off to the Dante, and we didn't realise, I thought the horse wouldn't stay. We ran in the Dante, and you know, Dante is 1 mile 2.5, not 1 mile 2, and so anyway, won that like an express train.
Now Jack Hobbs finding full stride, edges to the front, the complexion changes as Golden Horn now begins to run at his stable companion. Golden Horn and Jack Hobbs, the intense moment in the derby, and Golden Horn looks like putting it to bed. Jack Hobbs trying to stay in the game, tightened up, and it is Golden Horn driven out, remains unbeaten. Golden Horn won the derby. Frankie Dettori punches the air.
I wanted £85,000 to put him in the derby. I think it was 85, might have been 75 then. And so I worked it out, 1 mile 2.5. The jockey had difficulty pulling him up, so that's my 1 mile 3. So we just need one furlong to find. And I thought, well, it's worth the risk.
Has pulled a length and a half over the Grey Gatsby. He's breaking his heart, and it will be Golden Horn, a perfect 5 out of 5.
This year, for our present horse, it's too firm. It was too soft in 1 or 2 races. So John Gosden himself felt that he really wouldn't have done himself justice as a 4-year-old. Because of the ground.
Yeah. What's it meant to you, the whole thing, the whole Golden Horn experience?
Well, I suppose it's, you know, having worked most of my life and then sort of got into the horses, having retired, I mean, it's simply, it's almost difficult to believe. It's really what you dream about. But when a dream comes true, you're a little bit stunned by it. And it took us a long time to really recover that we actually had won the derby, with our ambition and everything. You know that a lot of famous horses are owned by a lot of people who don't really talk to the press. They don't believe they have somebody working for them their racing manager who talks to the press. I didn't have a racing manager, so the only person to talk to the press was Gosden and myself. And so I really quite enjoyed it. I mean, I had to check with Mr. Gosden in case I said something which was terrible, but or wrong. But in fact, we saw eye to eye on every single thing. We still do, actually. We understand horses. We know that horses have to be looked after in a special way sometimes, and rested when they should be rested or not. I mean, Golden Horn would have raced 2 or 3 more times. It took so little out of him, and he enjoyed it so much. And when he retired, he came to Hascombe Stud for an hour or 2 on the way through to going to Darley. I mean, he was so excited because he was in the horse box. He thought he was going racing again. He's a bit disappointed to arrive back at home and then be shot off to the stud. But then, of course, he enjoys the stud.